It hasn't even been named yet, and it's already one of the most anticipated movies of 2023. It's the end of one of the most enduring movie franchises of all time. Yep, we're talking about the Indiana Jones movie. Harrison Ford will be making one last appearance as the treasure hunter. Another big name is also in the movie, Antonio Banderas. Let's take a look at everything we know about his character and the complete cast of the movie. First up, he plays a friend of Indiana Jones. Speaking to entertainment journalists, Banderas said that he was very honored to join the cast of the yet-to-be-named movie. He mentioned this in an interview about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but he did share some details about his character in the movie, for which no details had been shared so far. To be honest, we're a little bit disappointed that the Zorro actor only has a couple of scenes in the fifth and last movie of the Indiana Jones series. The movie is set in 1969, and we do know a little bit about the plot. He is pitted against Nazis on the home front. He finds out that the historic space race against the Russians is actually run by his old Nazi enemies. But coming back to Banderas' role in the movie, and actually it's pretty short. He said it was almost like a cameo, so there's very little screen time for the Spanish actor. He plays Jones's friend who has something that our hero is looking for, so clearly it's a crucial role, even if it is a short one. He did say that he was super happy about being a part of the motion picture history. Let's speculate a little bit more on what his character could be about. So far, we have no official images of his look in the movie. The team has been super secretive about it, probably because they want to hype it a little bit more. It is Antonio Banderas after all, but here's what we're thinking. He's already said that he plays a friend of Indiana Jones, which could possibly mean that he is also an academic, a professor of history perhaps, who has some important insight into the Nazis that his friend is out to catch in the movie. Another possibility is that he might even be placed in South America. It's a well-known theory that after the fall of Hitler, many top generals of the Nazi army escaped to South America, where they started new lives under new names and identities. So perhaps some of the villains that Jones is chasing are hiding out there. Given that Banderas is a Spanish speaker, he could be an old friend who has some crucial information about the whereabouts of some of the Nazis he's looking for. We already know that this time they're closer to home in the US. There is the possibility that some of the film is set in the Spanish-speaking world. Whatever his role may be, we can already picture him as an easygoing character catching a few drinks with Indy as they look back at the adventures they've had together.
Passes to you who vanquished.
Not to mention, Banderas really enjoyed his time with Ford. Despite his little shared screen time with Ford, Banderas said that he was really happy about the fact that he got to spend some time with the veteran action star off set as well. He said he had a great time working with him, and even said that he was a gentleman on and off set, and the two even went out for dinner a few times. Now that's a bromance we're shipping. It was actually a dream come true for Banderas, who was starstruck when he saw an Indiana Jones film in theaters when he was younger. So it all came full circle for him when he first saw Ford on set and in costume, complete with the iconic hat and whip. Who wouldn't be? Now, while this may be Banderas' first entry in the saga, it might not be his last. A Disney Plus TV show based on the films is rumored to be in the works, but the cast for the TV show is yet to be revealed. We wouldn't mind seeing more of the Spanish actor in the adventure genre once again. What a great Zorro he made. Now let's take a look at who else is in the cast of the last Indiana Jones movie. First up, there's the ice-cold, handsome Danish actor Mads Mikkelsen. The basic premise of the movie is set against the space race between the Americans and the Russians, and our Indy is investigating the Nazi involvement in the moon landing. That's where he faces the former Nazi who is now working for NASA, Voller, and that's the character Mikkelsen is playing in the movie. The actor has built himself quite the portfolio of villainous characters over the course of his career. He plays Shifra in the Bond movie Casino Royale, and Caecilius in Doctor Strange, but he's probably best known for playing Dr. Hannibal Lecter in Hannibal. Yeah, that's the good-looking, sophisticated man who eats people. Don't get more villainous than that. And now he adds Nazi scientist to his resume. He's going to be playing the evil Voller. The character has been inspired by the real-life Nazi, Werner von Braun, who ended up becoming a NASA scientist. Mikkelsen said that his character wanted to fix some of the mistakes of the past, and since he's a bad guy, we assume that he wants to undo the fall of the Nazi regime. Both Jones and Voller are trying to get their hands on something that could make the world a better place to live in. We're guessing it's got something to do with an infinite power source from space, maybe. Up next, Boyd Holbrook will be playing Voller's accomplice in the movie. Earlier, there were plenty of speculations that the actor might be playing an older version of Indy's son, Mutt Williams. The character was previously played by Shia LaBeouf, but we couldn't be further from the truth. Holbrook is set to play a very different character in the movie. He's going to be an agent of chaos. He's going to be playing a character called Kleber. Now, this character is Voller's crony and seemed to be a bit of an unpredictable figure in the storyline. This also means that he could be pretty dangerous, which probably also means that he's going to be really exciting to watch. We have a first look at him too. An image of Holbrook shows his character Kleber on a police motorcycle, and he's riding it through the real-life Apollo 11 ticker tape parade in New York City. This took place on the 13th of August, 1969. Chances are his character is probably up to no good at the parade, which sets the stage for a big showdown at the historical event. Meanwhile, the character of Jones's goddaughter will be played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So we knew that the Fleabag actress was in the movie, but earlier there weren't too many details on what her role was going to be. But now it's fairly clear that she'll be playing goddaughter to Indiana Jones and will be accompanying him on the adventure. But it's not clear who her parents are, but it's safe to assume that they must have been pretty close to Jones, and they might even have been featured in one of the earlier Indiana Jones movies. Her character is called Helena and is said to be inspired by the character played by Barbara Stanwyck called Jean Harrington from the comedy The Lady Eve from 1941. So she's going to be like the girl next door who makes great jokes and is going on an adventure. From an image from the movie, we can clearly see that she will be joining her godfather on his Nazi-busting adventure. We also see her in a room full of books and files. It's possible that she's a research assistant of some sort. Regardless, it's great to see a female adventurer alongside the iconic Jones. But given that there might be a Disney Plus TV show in the works, there is a possibility that we'll see her there too. Could Indy be passing on the whip to her, with Banderas as her guide and mentor? The possibilities are endless. Lastly, we also see Shawnette Renee Wilson and Thomas Kretschmann in the cast. We get our first look at the Black Panther actress in some pretty groovy 60s fashion. She's rocking a superb afro and an orange jacket and giving orders, really encapsulating the spirit of the era. Turns out she's playing an undercover government agent called Mason, most likely a CIA handler. We're pretty sure she's going to be one heck of a boss babe, and will be tracking down the troublemakers. But will she be doing it alongside Indy? We're not so sure. In the same scene, we catch a tiny glimpse of German actor Thomas Kretschmann, possibly walking with a limp, and that's all we know about his character so far. We don't know which side of the line he's on, but he's in the movie, alright? And before we go, the fifth and last movie of the Indiana Jones series is set to release on the 30th of June, 2023, and it still doesn't have a name. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think Antonio Banderas' role in Indiana Jones 5 will be like? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.